Okay, so last we left off was when we had went to the award show, and then I went out, and the following morning, Miss Jackson was standing outside of my bedroom door. I did go ahead and reiterate that while Erickson was in town, I was not working. I did want to address something. Someone actually asked me in the comment section, why are there so many parts? Well, when you've been in a situation for over a year, you're not going to be able to tell a story in 10 minutes. And so this is how it's going to come out. It's my story. You can tell your own if you have any, but yes, it will be multiple parts until I get to the end. And I will try to keep updates daily. Okay. So let's get back into it. Okay. So after like the whole thing of him coming to my bedroom door, I ended up going back to sleep. Like I said, it was pretty early in the morning. So I ended up going back to bed. Again, Erickson was there. I was not working. So I go out into the living room. By the time I get dressed, they're about to head out and do, things of that nature. So it will be just me in the house. But before he left out of the door, and I kind of like took it as a joke, he was like, well, are you going to be here when we come back? Because I know that you like to not be here sometimes. And I was like, I like being here. I was like, but I also, have a life. Like, this is just a portion of my life. I do have other things going on. So to him, he was like, oh, yeah, I understand. So I go about my day, they go about their day, then we all come back together again. I believe I want to say sometime around the following days. I may have these events all mixed up, but they all did happen, right? So the next morning, as a matter of fact, yeah, Erickson came. He was like, well, we're all heading out. We need to go shopping, right? And again, this may not be the next thing that happened. It's just what I'm remembering that happened. So I'm like, cool, what's the event? He was like, well, it's Michael Jackson's birthday, and they're going to be having something at the casino for him. And Mr. Jackson is one of the, high end guests. So I'm like, cool, we all go out together shopping. I noticed that Mr. Jackson's like, well, I like when you wear sparkly stuff. So I went ahead and, we picked out the dress that he wanted me to wear. And then he also went ahead and said, well, I like when your hair is straight. I'm like, okay. So I went in and, that was done for that night. And he goes, well, I like red lipstick. So I, again, go ahead and apply my red lipstick. To me, it was like he was upholding an image, right? And that was for me to abide by. Even though, I'm not working, he's still a public figure. If I'm out with him, especially for a major event, then I should be looking, the way that he wanted me to look. This night, we actually had a limousine come to the house. It was a whole 9 yards. We had a limo that took us to, it was one of the casinos that showed the Michael Jackson One show. That's where we went, right? And previous before this, I actually did. That's why I said the dates may be mixed up. Previous before this, I did go see the show. And it was a big difference from going with him and going on my own. One of the big differences is that you're not allowed to record in any of the Circus Soleil shows. So when I went on my own prior to that, I remember I couldn't do any of that. So we get to the casino. They have like a little red carpet thing for us to walk out of with the limo. I believe the limo driver, he probably did that, whatever. And as we're walking through, it's so crowded. Again, more people asking me who I am and, what I am. Am I your granddaughter? Am I, mistress? Am I this? Am I that? And again, not only is it crowded, I'm still trying to get him through the crowd. And I'm just like, again, I'm not answering any of their questions. So we finally get in, we get seated, and we're able to like take pictures of the whole show and do things of that nature. We're able to film in there because of who he is. And so that was also the first night that I met one of his sons. I didn't know that it was even his son sitting next to me. And he, Mr. Jackson let me know, like, hey, yeah, this is my son. He gave me his name. He is one of, the Jackson Fives, of course. We spoke for a little bit. The show came on. And then right after the show, I remember there was an after show. So we go to the after show. It's still in the same casino. So everything is still in the same place. We go to the after party. I want to say, I want to say one of the popular DJs was playing that night, if I can remember. But anyway, we go to the show. We get all kind of party favors. Hold on, I'm going to show you the party favor. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I had to get some help getting it down because it was like pretty high up. So the words are definitely going to be backwards because of how we're filming. But look at this. This is one of the party favors. That's the front, and then that's the back. And you know what's crazy, right? I've never looked in here. So let's see. I literally never looked in here. Sorry if it's crinkly from the sound. I have a mic on me. This is one of the party favors. Kind of cool, huh? Oh, this is gonna make a mess. So I guess this is supposed to be like a chocolate. Yeah, I think that's chocolate. We'll deal with that later. Anyways, so yeah, that was the party favors from the party that we went to. It lasted quite a while because where we had the after party at was like a club bar type of thing, and they closed pretty late out here in Vegas. So yeah, we did that. When we got ready to leave, Erickson was not ready to leave. Mr. Jackson was tired, and I was tipsy. Like, it is what it is, right? So me and Mr. Jackson, we're the only two in the limo ride back home. Again, he's tired, I'm tired. So he like falls asleep in the limo. And then like me, I'm not laying my head on no like car seat or handle or anything. So I asked him if I could, lay my head right on his shoulder. He said, yeah. So we fell asleep and woke up, at home. I did go ahead and, I helped him inside and things of that nature. And so the following morning, he's like asking me questions like, oh, was that fun for you? Like, did you enjoy being around like a crowd of people like that? I was like, yeah, it was fun. It was different. He goes, well, he would always say this, right? He'd be like, well, I could make you famous. And I'm like, I actually don't want to be famous. I don't like how people always walk up to you. You can't go do simple things. And we would like go back and forth with that. He would always make me sing for him. I cannot sing. Don't nobody ask, right? But also, this is like, I keep saying things take a change, right? But it does. It just keeps changing. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Erickson eventually goes back on vacation for another 2 to 3 weeks. And again, it's me and Mr. Jackson alone. Again, my days are 24 hours his. And we're going to get back into how on part 6 about how that caused like a lot of conflict between Mr. Jackson and I.